Hello, my name's Kim Dallas. I'm the assistant head teacher at Bedford Academy and the Senko, and with me I have,
I'm Paula Seed and I'm the Deputy Senko at Bedford Academy.
we're going to talk you through Bedford Academy and transition and what you can expect here for our SEN students. So what I'm going to go through in our session is looking at our vision and values, the academy and the context of the academy in terms of our students. Definitely going to go through attendance and yonder. We're going to talk through key staff, the provision that we have here, the transition process, and then we're going to talk about any further information that we need to give you. So the vision and values that we have at Bedford Academy all focus around being community minded through drive and aspirations. So the way that we instill those is through some key features, and that's known as our BA way. You'll find our BA way across the academy in every on every classroom, in every poster. So our BA way focuses on attendance, lessons, conduct, uniform, rights and responsibilities, and the environment. It's really important to us that we are instilling that every child can achieve and aspire to achieve in any way, which way that they want to, and be prepared for future life. Core offer that we offer here is through these different themes. And you can see there, the first theme is about using our learning ladders, providing feedback, but the most key vital area is to know our students, and that is also our SEN students, so that we know them. And I'll talk to you a little bit later about ways that we build that picture of our students and we support them. Obviously, setting high expectations for our students and delivering a bespoke package of pastoral and quality first teaching. So from the picture, you can see this is our entrance currently at Bedford Academy. We have over 1,400 students here at the school. Okay, and you can see in the picture that we have different areas and we've got a central space, which is known as the atrium in the middle of the school. And that at the atrium, you can get food and you have your breaks and lunch times. And then that leads off to our outdoor space. The school is expanding. We are due to have a new building, which will be completed by 2025. And that's to support our growing community. Ways that parents and key stakeholders communicate with our school is through Bromcom, and it's through something called My Child at School. So you will get text messages and information about any detentions or any upcoming information via Bromcom. At school, our students use something called Teams, and they are set homework assignments via Teams. And it's really important that they have access to Teams. It's Microsoft Teams at home, so they'll be able to complete any homework tasks that they do have. We have no mobile phones policy at the school. So that means what we do is we provide children with a pouch. It's called a Yonder pouch. Okay, and they're able to bring their phone to school, put it in the Yonder pouch, and have their phone on them throughout the day, but they're not able to access it because they lock it shut at the start of the day. At the end of the day, they use something called a magnet to open their Yonder and be able to access their phone. So obviously, if a child is worried about home or they want to contact home, they're able to go to student services anytime during the day to be able to make a phone call home. And we have parents' details, but it's a no mobile phones and we use the Yonder system. So at the start of year 7, we provide all children with the Yonder pouch and they'll be using it throughout their time at school. Obviously, the school day starts at 8:40. Children come in through the main entrance. They have a staggered break and a staggered lunchtime, and the school day ends at 3:10. On a Tuesday, we have PSHCE, it's called PCD here. So those sessions will focus on being community minded. They'll focus on British values and even sexual education, and that takes place on Tuesdays. Attendance is really important at our school, and again, you'll see posters across the school about our attendance and how attendance is linked to attainment. We have a three-tiered approach to attendance here at the Academy, and that starts with, if you're off, even if you call up for your child, we still give a call home, and that call is initially made by the tutor on the first day. The second day of absence, you would get a call from the assistant head of year or the head of year just to make sure everything's okay and to see what's happening. And then the third day, it would be for a senior member of staff. We do that because we like to make sure that we have a close working relationship with parents in terms of attendance, because it's really important to us that we're building those relationships and that your child is in school attending. And if there's a problem, we really do want to help in regards to attendance. Of the SEN area or the access area, on the screen you can see key staff at the Academy. So you'll see myself, Miss Dallas, you see Miss Seed, Miss Sharp is our Assistant Director of Access. I'll explain what access and the access area is a little bit later. We've got Miss Fathers, who is the access lead who specialises in autism and ADHD. You've got Miss Crowell-Reese, who is our caseworker who specifically works with our EHCP students. We've got Miss Mayer, who leads on our EBSA area, which is a new area, and nurture. You've got Mrs. Roberts, who is our access lead. So she is in access all the time, supporting our students that go into there. She also leads and supports our LSAs in terms of timetabling. Making sure that our EHCP and students are supported, and that all of our students. You've got Mr. Suzanne, who leads on numeracy, and I've added Mrs. Herbert there because she is our wellbeing manager. She's not necessarily in access, but she's a vital person within our staff and our access department. So in terms of provision that we have here at the Academy, we have a range of interventions. Some of those interventions your child may already be accessing in primary school, such as Lexia or Lexonics. We have a massive literacy offer in terms of phonics, handwriting, spelling, numeracy intervention, touch typing, and obviously social intervention for our students. And I'll tell you a little bit later how we assess and get our students to access that support. We support all students with different needs and medical conditions. The three key areas that we have a lot of children that we need to support, and it's a growing area, is social, emotional, mental health. So that's ADHD students with mental health difficulties, communication interaction. So that's our children with autism, and also cognitive and learning needs. So we have a growing number of children coming into our school with moderate learning difficulties, and we are looking down the line to work with Borough in terms of potentially having a provision dedicated to supporting those students. We're developing, like I said, our provision through, and we're supported through Bedford Borough. So I was talking a little bit a while ago about our access area. So we actually have an area called access that is for our students with SEN to come along and access. Maybe that is intervention, or if they're not able to attend a lesson or they're struggling in a lesson, they can come to the access area to gain that support. So I've some pictures at the top, that's our access area. In the back, there's a door that leads to our literacy area where our literacy intervention takes place. And on the other side, which you can't see from the picture, we have an EBSA area. So that is an area for students that are struggling to come into school, that may have emotional based school non-attendance, that they need a little bit of help for a period of time. That could be 6 weeks or longer, and and intervention to be able to get back into school, to be able to get back into lessons. And that has proved really successful with a range of our students. Now, it is we have a group of students in there at the moment. It is ever growing, but that is only for students that come to our school. At the bottom, you'll see something called a cubby. So we have a cubby, which is an immersive personal space of sound and vision that is free of distraction. So students go in there and they're able to program based on how they're feeling, and watch a program that can help them to self-regulate. And students have access to that either for 5 to 10 minutes, and they're able to use that and then go back into lesson. So it's really beneficial. And when you do come around, you'll be able to have a little moment in the cubby, which will be nice. We also have an ASC and ADHD area for us, for those students to do intervention and to have access to Miss Fathers in that room, or the LSAs that specialise in those areas to gain support. So we are quite resourced quite well in terms of the areas that our students can go to. We also have a well-being area. Okay, this is a quiet, tranquil area that Mrs. Herbert leads on. Any child within the school, you don't have to have a SEN need, can access this area. And usually it's for a period of time, either break or lunch, or if you need to come out of lessons to go to wellbeing, you will have a pass. But usually it's just for about 5 to 10 minutes to, again, help a child to self-regulate, discuss any worries or concerns that they have, and to gain support for their wellbeing. Off of those areas, we also have rooms where Bedford Open Door come in and see some of our students that need counselling. We have chums coming in to support our children that might need bereavement support. And we have CAMs coming in off of that area to support some of our students. So it is really a lovely area. It's a nice, tranquil area that any child within the school will be able to use. So, in terms of how we meet our parents and how we engage with them to create something called a student profile. So every child who is on the SEN register will have a SEN profile, and this profile encompasses things such as their voice and parents' voice, and we update that 3 times a year. So that would be in December, in March, and July. You can also have a bookable slot with myself, or the access leads such as Miss Fathers or Miss Sharp to have sessions during Parents' Evening to discuss and create those profiles. As I said, those profiles are done through something called Provision Map. This is what it would look like. So it's a passport and a learning plan. It's a 1-page profile. It has strategies that we provide to teachers. It has student voice, and it has a plan, and it does have targets as well. We also realise that students have targets, academic targets, so we don't overburden them with all different targets in terms of their SEN needs. We usually give about 3 targets, but we share this with parents as well, via the Provision Map system. So, like I said, this is done 3 times a year. With me. We do that through a lot of different ways. Obviously, the SEN Code of Practice states a child is considered to have difficulty if they have significant or greater difficulty in learning than the majority of their peers. Okay, and this is the same for medical needs as well. So the main way that we do that is obviously we get information from primary schools. We also do whole school reading age testing through Accelerated Reader. We have referrals through our pastoral team, and we use CPOMs. We have subject teacher referrals. We have history, obviously, that we get through primary school, and progress monitoring. I attend an inclusion meeting every week for different year groups to gain information, and referrals also come through that way. So if we have any concerns, we also use these different methods. Obviously, we also have EHCPs and outside agencies supporting us to gain information for our students.
So transition at BA. Towards the end of the spring term, we liaise with lower schools to identify students for enhanced transition and gain information on the students coming to Bedford Academy. From there, students are invited to spend time within school, maybe an afternoon or a morning, to become familiar with the school life here. And this can commence from the spring term to help with transition. We then visit lower schools with the head of year to see the students and gain more information. From June, we run a program called New Beginnings, which runs over 4 afternoons throughout June. The students are invited to spend some time in each curriculum area, and staff run activities to engage the students, and it gives the students a chance to meet key teaching staff. We have also started doing an additional SEN New Beginnings afternoon where students can engage with the staff in access and again have a chance to look around and familiarise themselves with school. In July, we run 2 extra transition days where the students get a chance to spend a whole day in school and experience life within BA and attend lessons. And parental involvement is an integral part of academy life, and parents are encouraged to come along and meet the staff prior to September. We do this with coffee mornings, and also they are invited to come along to the SEN New Beginnings afternoon to meet SENCO as well.
So just to end, just some student voice there that you can see from some of our students in terms of their life and experiences at Bedford Academy. So that's the end of our presentation. Like I said, if you feel, I didn't say that, but if you feel that your child needs additional transition, then don't hesitate to contact us. We will liaise with the primary schools to determine who they think might need extra support, but we can also provide bespoke packages if we have children that need a little bit more. We have an idea based on EHCP children of those children that may need additional transition, but if you feel that your child needs additional, don't hesitate to talk to your primary schools or contact us directly. Lovely talking to you. Thank you very much. Bye.